What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I know I have not been making a lot of content recently, but Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021, everyone. I'm going to be making a more active effort to be making content on all of my platforms that exist, so hopefully you can join me along for this ride. Um, yeah, so been streaming a little bit more lately on Twitch, twitch.tv/theflea. You already know. Uh, If you add a 1 to that, that's where my TikTok is. I've been putting out some fun content over there, so if you guys want to check that out, drop me a follow. I'd super appreciate it. But today we're going to be talking about a legacy deck, Durant. So standard format, as we know, has gotten a little bit boring, so a lot of us haven't been playing it too much. So expanded's gotten really healthy. I want to look into that a little bit more as we move on. But a deck that I've been having fun with in the legacy format is Durant. It's a deck that I've been playing here and there, and I figured I might as well make a video for it if I was going to play a couple games tonight. So the deck revolves around Durant from Noble Victories, which says Devour. For each Durant in play, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. So obviously get the 4 Durants into play, start milling as fast as possible. Then we have Rotom, and Rotom has Mischievous Trick, which is once per turn you may replace one of your face-down prize cards with the top card of your deck, which is really good for getting your Durants out of the prize cards. Alph Lithograph says look at your face-down prize cards. So that's the combo you need to figure out where some of the cards are missing. We have 1 Bicycle, which is just our trainer card refill. 4 copies of Crushing Hammer, because obviously we're a degenerate deck. 4 copies of Dual Ball, and 4 copies of Level Ball, because getting Durant out as quickly as possible and not getting donked is very important. 4 copies of Junk Arm to reuse whatever we need. Junk Arm is probably one of the most impactful cards that has ever existed, with discarding 2 cards from your hand, search your deck for a trainer pile, discard pile, or a trainer card, show to your opponent, put it in your hand. You can't choose Junk Arm with the effect of this card. 1 copy of Lost Remover, 3 copies of Pokemon Reversal, 2 copies of Random Receiver. Oh, sorry, let me explain. My bad. Lost Remover obviously is our enhanced hammer, but removes it from play. Pokemon Reversal is to be really annoying and bring things up. Catcher, basically. Receiver is another way for us to find a supporter for the turn. Kind of, if we have, say, a Twins in hand and we want to find something else, we can try to look for it. 4 copies of Revive. Obviously, we got to keep those Durants flowing. Super Rod is probably the best card in this format to not get decked a lot of the time, so a lot of decks do play 2 copies of it. So as a Durant player, we have to be cognizant. 1 copy of Tool Scrapper to deal with annoying things, obviously. Float stones, stick things in the active, etc. 4 copies of N. We're probably going to fall behind, so we do want to stick them with a low hand size and then try to go from there. 2 Juniper, 4 Professor Oak's New Theory, 4 copies of Twins. Just get 2 cards if we're behind. We're going to be behind very quickly. 1 copy of Life Dew. This is our A spec of choice. It really works wonders with Junk Arm. If this Pokemon is attached to, is knocked out, take 1 for your prize card. So when we establish our lock, we can lock them out of prizes. 2 Silver Mirror. It really, really helps against decks like Genesect. 4 metals and 4 special metals. So we have 8 energy as well. So that's the deck. I hope you guys liked it. We're going to jump into games. I know it's not something I normally do, but I want to play a little bit and enjoy myself. So now we're up against, again, I don't know what Fairy is in this legacy format. There's a lot of cool decks that exist. I don't know. I feel like there's not that much legacy content out there. I do want to put content out there as well that I enjoy. So we're going to try to push some videos here and there whenever I have a chance. I've been playing tournaments once again. So I'll try to record those games for you guys. Okay, we have a concession. I guess my opponent did not want to play considering he saw the Durant maybe on the mulligan. We'll just keep it going. I'm not going to stop the recording. Um, we'll keep it rolling. We'll play it. We'll find another game. But in that scenario, my actual hand was not very good because I don't actually have a way to retreat the Rotom. I did not dedicate any slots to retreating the Rotom. So in that situation, we kind of are resigned to our fate of Rotom sitting in the active and soaking a um, like either getting knocked out or if we go first, which we did, I believe, we go dual ball, get the Durant, attach to the Durant, find a way to retreat in the following turn, and then we move from there. So, let's see if anybody else is playing the Legacy ladder this morning. I did play a 2017 tournament last weekend. It didn't go amazing. I should have recorded my games, obviously, but I didn't. If I did, we would have some more fun games to show off. I will probably record my team challenge this weekend. And yeah, so we'll see how the follow-up goes, honestly. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I'm trying to make more and more. I'll talk about my TikTok here while we're kind of downtime looking for a match. If you guys have not checked it out, I would appreciate it a ton. I've been doing pack openings, daily PTCGO news, or like Pokemon TCG news, more or less. And I will be doing competitive, semi-competitive stuff on there as well. So the idea is that, for example, once Players Cup 3 starts, I will make like a quick review recap video of how that went. What I should have done this past weekend when I did the 2017 tournament is also do like a quick round by round TikTok where I just go like, I played this many rounds, this is what happened, like this is where you guys can find the information, that kind of stuff. I think there's like a very untapped potential from TikTok, and a lot of the players and collectors there can be introduced to the competitive side and help the game grow very quickly. So I'd like to actually do what I can on my end as a competitive player to grow the game. So yeah, if you guys would support me there, that'd be awesome. Obviously we got a big mulligan here. We're up against a fire deck, which I don't really know what that means either in Legacy. Maybe it's probably Tyram, maybe Typhlosion Reshiram. So this hand is pretty okay, but the issue is we don't have any way to find another Durant in this hand. So we're probably gonna have to Pawnter N immediately off the bat, depending on what my opponent Diazina does. Yeah. So we're gonna see what throw. Interesting. I don't really know what this deck does, what I'm up against. Ideally, yeah, the Juniper top deck. Okay, heads on Crushing Hammer. The Juniper top deck was better because I just want to dig through my deck right now more than anything. That's really unfortunate. We didn't hit anything at all, so we're just gonna mill one card. We got an energy, which is actually a pretty good hit, but we don't know what we're up against, so it's not amazing. Considering we play 4 dual ball, 4 level ball, and there's 3 other Durant in the deck, about a fifth of our deck is ways to get Durant or is Durant. So it's actually really unfortunate we didn't hit anything. We're gonna hit N, even though my opponent's not playing any cards. I want to just find Durants here this turn. So even though our result wasn't as intended, we did find 2 Durants. And there's never a reason, in my opinion, not to just attach. So also let's look at our face down prize cards. So impactfully, we have 2. So we have to remember now we're playing the game without 2 dual balls and the loss remover. So if I ever want to Rotom the loss remover, that's important to note. On the top, it'll be on the top right as well. So we got a mill for 3. 2 more energies hit the discard. I'm not entirely sure what my opponent is playing. It seems like a modified theme deck. But that does happen in Legacy. You either hit people who are playing modified theme decks or like someone who's playing like a really, really real deck, and then it gets kind of dicey. Like Genesect is a deck, Landorus, so that kind of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and switch, because Circle Throw does that to us, and we're going to go ahead and Devour because we don't have anything else going on in our hand. 2 more energies. We've seen a lot of energies at this point from our opponent. Maybe they're just literally playing a modified theme deck, but which ironically is like one of Durant's like biggest weaknesses, because what do we do against a deck that can just like attach energy and like one-shot things, right? But the answer is we can revive and kill. So now we have to lay out our game plan. Our opponent has 36 cards. They go -5 or like -5 total every turn, right? So that's where we have to start thinking about how do we want to approach the rest of this game. So I'm going to grab Bicycle, which is a little bit riskier than a normal situation, because normally I would maybe just grab a supporter, which maybe we should. Maybe we'll just grab the Juniper for next turn. So because we're not under any duress, we have 4 Durants. I saw we have Life Dew in deck. We're just going to go ahead and mill 4. So now what we really want to do is in the upcoming turns, find our Life Dew, find our energy, and find a reversal. We want to stick this Bouffalon to the active spot. We want to end our opponent to a low hand size, and we want to start milling. Our opponent is attaching to this Bouffalon that there's no tomorrow. Not having access to, or my opponent having access to as many energies they want seems like it could be a problem for us. So Special Metal doesn't actually do anything in this situation because Throw does do 80 and Special Metal only blocks 10, I believe, in this format. Yeah. So 2 Special Metals actually makes a difference. So we're going to try to hit the hammer here on the active. And we're going to try to do it again, I believe. I don't really need to twins, I think, next turn. So we're going to try to hammer again. And if I can get the hammer again on the active, yeah, nice. We're 3 for 3 on hammerheads. Let's bike for 2. And let's mill for 4. So now we've considerably slowed down our opponent because it's 1 less turn they take our prize card. So now we're at 26 and the clock is ticking. We need 7 more turns, maybe 6 more turns is probably the ideal one. So now we know we don't get knocked out this turn, and we do have a follow-up energy in hand. So that puts us down to a clock where we need to find Life Dew. And once we find Life Dew, we're swimming. We're swimming in it. Important to note that I'm down 2 Junk Arms and 2 Revives, so I only have 4 more ways to bring back Durants, in addition to the Super Rod. So it's a resource game from here. What is this? Discard pile that Pokemon. Okay, Charon, our opponent is now actually playing supporters to draw cards. Maybe they don't have supporters. Maybe they don't have something else they need. Torkoal does have 2 retreat, as does Bouffalon. So these are cards that I'm more inclined to drag up with reversal if I can find it. Yeah, we have a lot of our disruption cards still available to us in the deck. That's just an observation, nothing more. So we're going to go ahead and punt once again. Crushing Hammer to start. Tails, okay. Reversal to follow. Heads. Let's give us the Torkoal. We have the Junk Arm for the bike for the following turn, so we're not actually in too much danger even with this hand, and we have the receiver. So now we're basically putting our opponent on a dead even clock. So if Diazena doesn't take a knockout this turn, with or without Life Dew, we can win the game. The first couple turns is really what gets really scary for Durant, and once you stabilize a little bit, that's when the game can come back into your favor. So we use Crushing Hammer reversals and cards like that to eventually end lock our opponent. Obviously, there's better decks like the Vanillix deck that can kind of do the same thing, but we want to just do what we can. All right, so our opponent seems to be struggling. We do hit another Crushing Hammer, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this and mill 4, because I don't see a reason to overextend in Legacy, especially where there's cards that can punish you. I don't want to burn too many resources, because you can get N decked out because we're never taking a prize. So getting N to 6 is always a worry if we don't have enough cards in deck. Because as fast as we are milling our opponent, we are also playing that many cards very quickly to establish our own lock, which is why having Super Rod in the deck lets us play a little bit more recklessly, if that makes sense. So this game should be completely locked up now that my opponent he's flame cloaking energies, but I can just pour energies onto my side of the board and devour once again, putting my opponent at 9. So now, wow, there's a lot of energy in my opponent's deck. So now they're on a 2-turn clock if they don't play N, which I don't have a reason to believe they would because I haven't seen one yet. So Heat Blast comes through. we're going to go ahead and pitch these two for Revive. We keep the level over the dual because what we can do is we can Super Rod the Durants back in for something later. So we get the twins, and we're probably going to go ahead and look for Life Dew and a Pont for the follow-up. And we're going to devour the 4. Our opponent does get to draw a card. They have enough energy onto the board now where I don't care. The end game is now just chaining Durants and ending the game. If they play something like a Loss Remover this upcoming turn, I do want to be able to find the energy in my deck. So that's really what we're looking for. But yeah, our opponent did not have anything. We prevented a prize. It's just a safety measure. It's not actually necessary. And then we have 3 Durants in play, 3 cards in deck, a Devour from us. It looks like we played against a basic energy style deck that really didn't do much. But that is Durant and Legacy for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the list. I hope you guys play it. I hope you guys enjoy Legacy in general. But thank you guys for watching. I will keep pumping out more content when I can. I'll be recording a lot more of my matches. So you might be seeing tournament gameplay here and there. So keep an eye out for that. So thank you guys so much.